Hello everyone, welcome back to ATP Creative Corner. In today's video, I am making this fabric basket with drawstring closure. I am using this basket as a cloth organizer, but you can also use this as a picnic bag while traveling. Before we begin, please hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. Now let's get started. For the basket, I have taken 2 pieces of the main fabric, 2 pieces of the interfacing, in my case I am using duck canvas, and 2 pieces of lining fabric, all of same dimensions, 12 inches across 18 inches. To begin with, on the interfacing I am going to make a 3-inch square at the bottom corner like this. I'll repeat the same on the other corner as well. Now I'll cut the fabric on the marked line like this. Now I'll repeat the same on the main fabric and the lining fabric as well. Next, on the wrong side of the main fabric, I am going to place the interfacing and I'll join them by giving straight stitch on the edges. Once done, it will look something like this. For the handles, I have taken 2 rectangular pieces of the fabric with dimensions 5 inches across 12 inches and 2 pieces of interfacing of dimensions 4 inches across 12 inches. That is, width is 1 inch less than that of the fabric. Next, I'll place the interfacing on the wrong side of the fabric like this, and I'll fold ½ inch inwards on both the sides like this. Now I'll give straight stitches on both the sides. Now it's done. Now I'll fold it in half again like this and give top stitch on both the sides. Now it's done. I'll repeat the same for the other handle as well. Next, I'll fold the main palline half to get the midpoint. Now I'll mark points 1 inches on both the sides like this. And I'll place the handles such that they are 2 inches apart like this. Now I'll give straight stitches here. Now it's done. Both the handles are attached. Next, I am going to place the main panels one on top of the other with their right sides facing each other like this. And I'll give straight stitches on all 3 sides. Now it's done. Now I'll spread these corners like this such that the seams are one on top of the other. And I'll give straight stitch here. I'll repeat the same steps for the other corner as well. Once done, it will look something like this. Now I'll turn the right side of the basket outwards like this. Now I'll keep this aside. Next, I'll place the lining pieces one on top of the other with its right sides facing each other like this and give straight stitch on all 3 sides, leaving 3 to 4 inches at the bottom unstitched. And I'll repeat the same steps that I did with the outer panels. Now it's done and the lining part is ready now. Next, for the drawstring closure part, I have taken two rectangular pieces of fabric whose length is equal to 1 inch more than that of the outer panel. So our outer panel is 18 inches in length, so plus 1 will be 19 inches. To decide the width, I considered the base of the basket and took half of the length of the base. Here that is 6 inches. You can add 2 inches to 4 inches to it. I added 4 inches to it, so it is going to be 10 inches. So the length I have taken is 19 inches and width is 10 inches. Next, on the vertical sides, I am going to fold the fabric 1/4 inches twice like this. Now I'll give straight stitches on these sides. Now it's done. Next, I'm going to fold the top edge 1/4 inch inwards like this. And I'll give a straight stitch here. Now it's done. Now I'll fold it again 3/4 of an inch inwards like this, such that it forms a loop for the drawstrings to pass. And I'll give a straight stitch here. Now it's done. I've done the same thing for the other piece as well. Now I'll place these two pieces with their right sides facing each other like this. And I'll give straight stitches on both the sides below the loops. Now it's done. And through these loops, I'm going to pass the drawstrings. Now I'll place the drawstring part around the basket such that their right sides are facing each other like this, such that its raw edge is at the top and the drawstring part is at the bottom like this. I am using sewing clips to hold them in place like this. Now I'll stitch them together with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now it's done. Now I'll take the lining part and place the basket inside the lining part such that their right sides are facing each other and the wrong side of the lining part is facing outside like this. Now I'll join them together with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now it's done. Next, to this 4 inch space at the bottom of the lining part, I am going to turn the right side of the basket outwards like this. Now I'll push the lining part inside and I'll give a top stitch here. Top stitch is done. Next, I am going to push the raw edges on the lining fabric and give a top stitch. It's done now. Now I'll push the lining fabric inside and I'm going to insert the string now. Here I am using macrame thread. So with the help of safety pin, I am going to start inserting it from one end like this. And I'll take the string out from the same end like this. Now I'll cut the string off, keeping 4 inches extra like this. And I'll tie the strings together with a knot like this. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side as well. And our storage basket is ready now. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.